What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Cousins. They are all coming and they are on their way. But before they jump in, I wanted to start off a conversation and say hello to everyone. Um, it has been a week. It's been a trying week. Um, but we're here and we all made it through another week. So let's get in to the things of the things of the things. I'm gonna do some moving some stuff around real quick. So I thought this could go higher. Let's do that. So we're gonna get into all of the things today, y'all. It's gonna be mommy's made it. So let's let her in. Hi, mommy. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Why I can't hear you?
You can't hear me?
I can barely hear you.
I don't know. I don't. Let me look. Let me try something. Uh,
This happened the last time.
it did happen for you the last time.
I don't know whether it's my phone or what.
I'm gonna try something now. Is that better? If you say no, then it
Hold
is.
on.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to the stream. We are hanging out. It is the cousins. We are back on Twitch, y'all. Don't forget, you guys can always talk back with us as we are on the screen. Hello, Jr.
What's up?
How are you?
All right, hold on one sec. I got hello.
What's that?
Oh, sometimes when you enter, it be low.
Yeah, mom was going through the same problem. Can you hear me now, mom? Hello.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So,
Sometimes.
so I gave you guys some homework, but I actually wanted to talk first. I don't know if y'all heard about this thing that happened out here in Kansas City.
What about the $40 bill? Oh yeah, that happened in Kansas City too. They were saying police said beware if you find a $40 bill in your yard because somebody found crystal meth in their yard.
And a $40 bill.
Yeah, somebody probably dropped it.
I mean, somebody dropped it. They wasn't just ain't nobody just giving no drugs away.
Yeah, well, I seen that today. I said, damn. I said somebody gonna be miserable.
They gonna be mad. They dropped their little thing.
Mhm.
Is she on the computer or is she on her phone? Because I have a feeling that she's on her phone and it's acting. That's why she ain't. Where's Jackie at where you need her? We ain't got no Jackie. Ain't nobody here but us. That's fine. Y'all listen. So, we're gonna do some news today because a lot has happened in the last, week.
Like what?
Well, you had that boy that was shot out here.
Yeah, I ain't hear nothing about that. What happened?
So there was a boy out here who was shot. So his parents had asked him to pick up his little brothers at a neighbor's house, and the boy went to the wrong house, knocked on the door, and when he knocked on the door, the homeowner shot him in the head through the door.
Yeah, that was in Kansas City. I read that or seen that, but I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, it was in North Kansas City.
Yeah, somebody need to be going to jail for that.
Well, apparently, dude didn't left town.
No, because he know he fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't went. I said it's an 84-year-old man. He done left town, and I want to know where all that energy was when he was, shooting people through doors and stuff.
Yeah, he gonna try to play the senile role like he ain't know what happened and all that other stuff.
Well, he already tried to say he feared for his life from a 16-year-old boy through a damn door.
Yeah, his old ass going to jail.
So he then shot the door. So what he did was he shot through the door, and then he opened the door and shot the kid again.
Oh yeah, he didn't fear for his life. He racist.
So what made it so bad? I mean, that's bad enough. What made it so bad is the kid, luckily the type of gun I guess the guy used. I was talking to a friend of mine who is a gun owner and gun enthusiast. What is happening? Mom, that face is facing.
You don't have it flat. You don't have it.
Hello.
Every time she get on the podcast or something, she having noise and everything else.
Something's going on. Jackie in there cackling like she ain't supposed to be in here today.
That's your family.
Ma can't figure out getting her sound situation together. Jackie's supposed to be here, and she not here. Mom, what is going on over there, Mom?
I don't know why I picked the sound up on here.
I want to know why.
But I got one, so I didn't have to think about that one that I got.
Hello?
Hello? Why is it muting everybody? I'm finna get irritated.
I'm not muted. I muted myself.
No.
What the hell is Aunt Deborah doing? We see.
I don't know, but I'm finna get irritated.
You ain't got to get
Oh,
irritated. I'm fixing to get off because it ain't working.
It's not
everybody,
you. Like where
everybody
I
fixing.
on
They
I
probably need to
can't
pay attention.
hear anything.
Oh, sometimes you gotta go to your settings and then push speakerphone.
I did.
Then log back out and log back in. That's what I had to do.
I did that too, twice,
are you
3
on your
times.
phone, Mom?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm
Why are
trying to
you not
get
on your
something.
laptop?
But I don't know. I can't
What?
use my laptop neither. I ain't figured out how to use it on there.
Because my laptop is not hooked up.
Okay.
I'm trying to work with it, but if I put it up to my ear, I can hear.
Well, who's there to help you? Jackie there?
She's cooking.
Oh, she burning you, man.
You know what? It go right here. No, it didn't.
Okay.
Hi, Jackie.
Oh, she on mute or something.
I was on mute. I'm sorry. Hello, how are you? Listen, we got a lot going on.
I
So
hear that.
this time frame does not really work for this family because we do after I get off work.
Well,
So
I thought I moved it to. Well, we had to move it because I had to work, but I thought we did this time because that way y'all could get home and get ready and stuff, do stuff.
but so we're trying to do a lifestyle, somewhat of a lifestyle change over here. So we make it Dion makes it the family business for us all to get out the house and walk.
And
So,
now he want to be slim and trim with his fat ass.
babe, JR talking shit. He said, now you want to be slim and trim with your fat ass.
I mean, I'm fine with you getting slim and trim. I just gonna need you to do it. Or like on Tuesdays, we all just know y'all got something.
I'm on the machine to stretch his legs too.
He said he bought a machine to inspect your legs too.
Stretch
Stretch your legs.
Well,
I'm
so he
just
gonna need it
saying,
too.
like, you know what I'm saying? On
He
Tuesdays, you
said
got
we
to
gonna
do
make
you got other stuff to do.
Yes, but so listen, we are short on days. Okay, I'm in a course. Tomorrow is my night date, like my night work. I gotta work at night. So tomorrow night I won't be able to do it. I'll be gone. Then we have what's tomorrow? Wednesday. Then we have Thursday, which Dion typically ends up with physical therapy, and then we have Friday. So it'd be a lot that goes on throughout our week. And this time is 7 normally is around the time that we're eating anyway, because we're trying not to eat as late as we used to, which was around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So when you change the time, it wasn't necessarily the best time because when that's fixed, we were cooking to prepare for 7.
So you guys want to make it 5:30 then? Because I can just.
No,
What time do you want to do it?
I don't know. I can't. I'm. Everybody's schedules are different. Everybody don't have the same schedule. So this isn't. We'll talk about this later when we're not on live.
Right. Let's do that. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because apparently we're gonna have to jot down your agenda because you got a lot of shit going on between you and the crypt keeper over there.
Not
We-
the crypt keeper.
We sure that we gotta be. We're trying to become an active family. Okay.
Oh, ain't that nice? Well, make sure I got my lawnmower. I'll probably be there this weekend to pick it up.
Oh yes, we need you to come anyway. We got some things that we would like.
I'm asleep.
No, not sleep. I said we ain't giving your ass no lawnmower no more.
Damn. Okay, we nigga.
He called
All
you.
right. So since we got people on, Mom, can you hear yet?
Well, go ahead and finish what you were saying, Jason. We was talking about the shooting.
We were talking about the shooting that happened out here in Kansas City. 16-year-old was shot he was picking up his little brothers from a friend's house, but he knocked on the wrong door, and he got the person that was the homeowner shot him through the door, and then opened the door and shot him again.
Yeah, he rang the doorbell and shot him twice.
Shot him twice. He was shot twice.
Well, no. What happened is he shot him through the door. He shot him through the door, and then opened the door and shot him
again. Right. So he got shot twice.
Right. And then the kid apparently went to 3 different, because apparently the way the ballistics was, like, the guy was shooting with a gun that didn't have. So the only reason why this kid survived is because he was shot him with an old gun. I guess is the best way to put it. I can
or 22. That could possibly be it.
Or something like that.
Yeah, ain't gonna do a whole lot of damage.
Which is the only reason, because the kid got shot in the head, but that's the only reason why he's still alive. But
what? That don't make sense.
The only reason he's still alive is because the gun he was shot with didn't have the power to.
Yeah, so because it was a 22 and he shot through the door, it automatically started slowing that bullet down quick because it's a small caliber.
Right.
So that's if it's a 22. I don't know exactly what kind of gun it was, but I think it sounded like a 22.
It was an old gun. It was an old gun, and the rounds that were in the bullet were not strong enough for it to go through hard bone.
Right. And so the kid ended up going to 3 different neighbors' houses before he finally found somebody to help him. Because nobody else was answering the door. Then come to find out, so then the police picked the guy up, had him for 2.5 hours, and then let him go. Because they couldn't get a witness statement because the kid was in the hospital, so they let him go. The guy the next morning fixed his door, cleaned up the glass, sprayed and his neighbors helped him clean the glass up and fix his spray the blood off the porch, and then he left town. The neighbors talk about, we protect our own out here.
Oh, they racist as shit. What, in a neighborhood full of Karens?
But there's another one that happened Saturday.
What?
Yeah, so there was another shooting that happened Saturday. They were looking for, they were trying to find their friend at a house that they've never been in. And they sat in the driveway. This was a female. They sat in the driveway, didn't get out of the car, didn't get out, but they sat in the driveway. After sitting in the driveway for a little bit for them to figure out where they actually needed to go, there was somebody came out. The guy came out of the house, shot at the car, and then shot in the window. There were a total of 3 people in the car. They moved the girl that was driving out of I think she was a girl that was driving. They moved her out of the driver's seat and drove while they were driving to the hospital, called 911. And she was presumed dead before she got to the hospital, basically.
Where was this one at?
This one was in, oh shit. Am I still on?
Yeah.
I be forgetting that once you come off of this app, you can't. Which call? I gotta look it up.
I'll look it up.
Let me see. Let me get Jenny's phone.
This don't make no daggone. It's like I'm just going to say I'm over it.
Yeah. After seeing that, because I started reading about that this morning, and I was like, yo, this is insane. Like it's way too much going on. And then the fact that one isn't really being put out there like that. But I mean, from my understanding, I think, oh no, I think I might be mixing them. Here it is. Stop. I'm sorry. I should have had all my facts together.
No, it's fine. I'm looking for it right now.
Come on, fact checker.
Oh wait. I have this habit of not allowing him to have access to the internet.
Yeah, because kids nowadays watch porn, so you know.
No, they kids out here now is doing a lot. So I be
Hell yeah.
I wonder where the hell everybody else at today. Jerry and them normally go bowling or something. That might be where they at.
yeah. So it was a New York woman looking for a friend's house, fatally shot by homeowner at the wrong address. So she was 20 years old. She was looking for a friend's house in upstate New York and was fatally shot by the homeowner when she went to the wrong address, authorities said Monday. It was Kaylin Gills was in the car with 3 others that Saturday night when they mistakenly pulled into the wrong driveway on Patterson Hill Road. While leaving, she was leaving, so she never got out of the house, got out of the car. While they were leaving the residence, after they determined that they were at the wrong house, the subject came out on his porch for whatever reason and fired 2 shots. One which struck the vehicle that she was in a rural area, and then the other one through the window. So the driver kept going, and eventually someone in the vehicle connected with 911 because they were in a rural area, so they didn't have a lot of cell service. Around 9:50 p.m., authorities said patrols found them on Cemetery Road in the neighborhood in Salem and performed CPR on Gills before she died. So they basically said, and he was a 65-year-old man. Police headed to the 65-year-old Kevin Mahone's home where Gills was shot. Murphy said he was uncooperative and wouldn't come outside to talk to patrols. He said the officers took him into custody after about an hour of back and forth with talking.
So they let that. So wait. So you mean to tell me that this man can talk? They had a conversation with this man for an hour
After that, and after she had already died.
after she had already died.
They had a conversation with him to get him out of the house and for him to leave his home. Yes.
If it had been somebody with melanin in their skin, I guarantee you they wouldn't have taken the whole hour.
Not at all.
And where was that at?
In New York.
That was in New York. She was 20, he was 65. She never got out of the car or any of that. You literally have to look it up because it's not on I haven't seen it on any news. What is that smell?
Well, how the hell did you find it? What y'all cooking? Monkey's ass?
No, so I did tacos, but Dion is I told you health. So it's like something that we're supposed to be taking 3 times a week for health wise. Listen. Fix what? I will. Go ahead.
All right, get out there one.
I told you to go to the table so you can go eat.
Yeah, that is crazy. There's Selene.
So,
Jerry Bowling. She said they about done. She get on soon as they when they leave.
What's happening?
and he was trying to use the stand your ground law, but there was no threat. Just give him 2, just cheese. There was no threat because she never got out of the car and she was leaving when he started shooting.
What is this? What?
We
What else?
talking about the shootings that's been happening.
There's a shooting that just happened.
Happened on Saturday.
Jason, I can't hear you. Oh, that's at the one at the party.
No, that's not the 16, the Sweet 16.
What's this one?
This one was a New York woman who was looking for a friend's house. Her and 3 other people were in the house, in the car. They were driving in the area where they, they weren't aware, they didn't know about really, but they were going to see a friend. They drove into a driveway and to try to figure out where they were and where they needed to go. While they were leaving, the owner of the house or where the driveway that they were sitting in came. While they were leaving, the man came out and shot twice, shot at the car and then shot in the window and ended up killing.
Now, I'm not justifying what he did because that was all the way wrong, but I'm not sure why they would pull in a random driveway just to get directions. That's weird, but
They were in a rural area.
what that mean? Pull over on the side of the road. I mean, like I said, I'm not justifying what he did because it was wrong. I don't want nobody to say, "Oh my God, what's wrong with him?" But
I mean, but
you know,
if they thought that was the house that she was at, that's something that
I
you
mean, yeah, I can see that probably, but
like.
I
Oh
thought
wait,
you meant like they was pulled over there to
around
turn the
like
GPS on,
isn't
huh?
Jason? You're on mute again.
This nigga talking, we can't hear shit. His mouth just a moving.
You've been on mute for a long time. I thought you understood that when CC said got on the phone.
Bless his heart, he getting like your mother now.
He's so extra. That laugh reminded me of one of them clown movies.
Oh,
Dennis the Menace.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
yeah, nigga, you in that cheap ass phone.
That's
Oh, your
just,
finger still work.
What I was saying was, I said that shouldn't be a reason that you lose your life because you parked in a driveway.
No,
Yeah.
it shouldn't. But that's what I was
Yeah, but he
saying.
said that. He said that. He was just saying, like, but why go in a driveway and just sit? But then Jackie said they thought maybe that was the house. So that would make sense.
Yeah.
But I don't just go in random people's driveways and just sit. But nobody should be
No.
killing nobody just because they're sitting there. Like, you should ask
Right, like
questions first.
knocking on the door shouldn't be a reason for you to lose your life.
No.
Sitting in the driveway shouldn't be the reason for you to lose your life. Driving your car shouldn't be the reason why you lose your life.
going
Now,
to Sweet 16 shouldn't be a reason why you lose your life either. But
what happened with that?
huh?
There was a party or something, and then
Yeah. It was a Sweet 16 party, and the girl said that everything was fine. Everybody was just vibing and dancing to music, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of gunshots started going off.
Oh, I heard about this one too.
Well, did they say who shot anybody? There was somebody that was at the party. Was it the neighbor?
I don't really think they know anymore. People just be shooting just to be shooting now.
Yeah.
It don't, like, to me, it just don't make sense. And the thing that makes the one out here so sad is like this was a kid. Like, I couldn't imagine being a parent and you sending your 16-year-old.
We can't imagine that neither, Jason.
Why are you trying to be serious?
Shut up. But like having a 16-year-old sending your 16-year-old to go get his little brother, and he don't come home because some random 85-year-old man just shot him up.
I mean, that's just like everywhere, like in general, like the person who shot up in the school, like it's just ridiculous just how that's the resolve now. Let's just shoot you. Like, let's just shoot.
Yeah, but you're shooting the wrong people.
And the weird thing is, these people getting shot and they ain't even doing nothing. I can see if somebody was doing something, you shooting a kid for just knocking on your door. Why are you shooting at anybody for knocking on your door? How you know he wasn't delivering mail or something like that?
That could have been a DoorDash dude. He could have had your chicken Alfredo. You know what I'm saying?
Anything.
Get to the point of the innocent lives that are really being taken are kids. Kids, people who have not really had a life yet. The 20-year-old girl had not had a life yet. She couldn't even buy alcohol. But
Right.
she's under, now she's gonna be 6 feet under. Like, these things are going on It is a problem. It is a huge problem. And by all means, I get it if you want the license to carry, but they need to start really doing a little bit more when it comes to allowing people to buy weapons or getting the weapons in the country itself, period. Because I know for a fact that, I'm not going to say I know for a fact, but I know that there are different ways that guns are coming here.
Yeah,
Right.
they confiscate them. They like even when they siege them. Like I was listening to one guy. I don't know if it's in. I can't remember what state, so I don't even want to like say that. But part of what they're trying to do is that like even when they have like these gun raids or whatever, and they seize them, all they do is they put them right back out on the streets when they should just be destroyed. So you have like the same guns sometimes like killing the same people because you confiscate it and then you put it right back out there for people to get.
Well, like here's my thing. I've said for a while. Once when Sandy Hook happened, and we didn't do anything, then I said we ain't never gonna do nothing. It's never gonna be. When kids, babies, kindergartners are killed, and we are like, well, that's no big deal. All bets are off.
At the end of the day, this is what a lot of people are going to say. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. But let me tell you it's a lot of people that, well, another reason why they need to really do a big, like, do more as far as gun laws and getting a gun goes. I remember I went to the hospital out here for an appointment, and down the street, there was a park that they had just did as a memorial for a little girl. This little girl, like young, like probably 4, playing in her yard. Somebody came and shot her to get back at the parents.
Yeah.
What?
That's a problem.
You shot the what? You shot at the girl to get back at the
You
parents?
shot the kid to get at the parents.
Get back at somebody else. That is a problem. Like when you start going after kids, it is an issue. And I don't think that I should have to go into a store and see somebody with their hands in their pocket and immediately start looking and trying to figure out what it is that they holding the entire time. Because I definitely did that this week. Like, I don't know what you got. You got your hands in your pockets. Like, it should not be that way. I shouldn't have to worry about the messages that I'm getting from my son's school and hoping and praying that it's not something going on there and I might not see my child.
Right.
That's a problem. And somebody needs to do something because this is ridiculous. Like, come on now.
What?
Yeah, when we let 10 kids, and I'm gonna keep it all the way real. When we let 10 little white children get shot up in a school, and we didn't do nothing about it.
I mean, in theory, they are doing stuff about it, but the people who they still passing all the background to qualify for the gun, so that ain't gonna really matter.
Background checks. They're not getting these guns. Like,
listen, most of the if you check on most of the people who be doing them wild shootings like that, their guns be registered and they're licensed or they be registered at least. So don't think them people shooting people with just some gun they bought off the street. There be people shit who they done went out and bought from the store.
That's what I'm saying. Like they people do.
Then it's not guns. Then it's not guns kill people. People kill people. But then we need to remove the thing that is killing that is helping those people kill other people.
But we can't remove guns because if God forbid if another country decide to come over here, we got to be armed to the teeth. We got to be ready.
We got the strongest military in the world by far.
Yeah, that sounds good, but you know, if they come over here, if they want to, you know, you still got to be ready. You know, you got to remember.
And when people say, "Well, we got to protect ourselves from the government," your little gun ain't gonna protect nobody. But they got tanks in the government. You know what I'm saying? The military got tanks.
The government, we ain't really, you know, you can't. I don't know why people say shit like that. The government, you can't come. You can't. What the hell is that noise? Somebody typing on the computer? You can't go to war with the government. You ain't gonna win with that. So people who say shit like that are just retarded or stupid. Because you can't fight the government. You're gonna lose regardless. That's what we'll lose.
But my thing is, but if that's the case, if we know because then they would say, oh, well, it's a mental health issue. And I agree, it is a mental health issue, but we don't do enough for mental health, and we barely do anything for guns. And
Yeah,
anytime
they,
people
well,
say,
they do a lot about the gun. Like, it ain't just as easy to go buy a gun. Well, certain states, let me say that. Some states, Oh, some states it require a lot. You know, some states it don't, because some states, like, well, remember that white boy shot the protester? I forgot his name, and he was only like 17 or something. And he walked around with like an AR-15. But see, that was that state that allowed him to just go buy that with his father and walk the streets, and it was legal. You know,
you
you
talking
can't do
about the
that
one
shit
that
here in Maryland,
shot them people in Wisconsin?
huh?
The one that shot them people in Wisconsin?
Was that Wisconsin? Remember the dude he shot like the 4 protesters?
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that's his name.
Right, and listen, but the thing is we, to those gun owners and everything, that dude is a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and that's how they look at him. Like, I got into a debate with some guys at work when it was going on, but they was trying to tell me, oh well, he was defending himself. I said, but he walking down the street with AR-15. You knew what the fuck he was trying to do for real.
right,
You know.
you walked down the street with a gun. You drove from where you live at the 2 hours to go to this protest with a gun.
Hey,
CC,
Selene, what the
Is this the guy
fuck
that
are
talked
you
to the
doing?
police?
you
That is
CC.
not me.
Yeah, it is.
What you talking about?
That's you.
Listen, I'm about to get
What
off
is that?
because my phone
Are you
doesn't work very good with this platform. So
Why don't you have a computer?
Well, hold on. Just mute your phone. We can tell if it's you if you mute it.
We've been through this before. My computer, I can barely hear you all. You sound.
Well, that's fine, but just mute yourself and see if that's what it is. That's we just trying to figure out what it is.
Because there's more. We have.
Yeah, it's your phone. I mean, but it's fine. You can still stay on, but
Just stay on.
it definitely was your phone.
Okay, I'm gonna sign out and come back in and see what happens.
Okay.
So I just feel like at some point, like as a black person, and as a person who continuously, who we are the ones who tend to bear the brunt of, these shootings. You know what I mean? When crazy, old people, normally old white folks, decide they want to act up, and like, what do y'all think we should be doing ourselves? Because we can't do, they're not gonna let us get guns like that. You know what I'm saying?
If we say something, then we being, how I want to say, we being disrespectful and everything. Everything is not, to me, every issue is not a mental health issue. Some people use that as an excuse. You go out there and shoot somebody, and the next thing you know, you hollering where they had mental health issues. Well, if you know they had mental health issues, why is it now we just hearing about it? Why is it nobody in the neighborhood ever knew that he had a mental health issue or they had a mental health issue? You can't go around here saying that's like the girl that shot up that daggone school up in Tennessee, and then all of a sudden she got a mental health issue.
But she probably does.
Beforehand, or y'all didn't say anything about her having mental health. The excuse.
Listen, all that be bullshit anyway, because look at all them people. If you remember when the KKK was in Charlottesville and all that, and damn near every single one of them KKK members had guns on them. They let them walk around. Like, it ain't the mental health thing. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I'm saying, what they do is they use it as an excuse. Every time something goes on, then the first thing they holler is, well, they've had mental health. People in the neighborhood didn't know nobody had. I mean, you live in the neighborhood.
I'm gonna interject on that because anybody who's killing people, there's a mental health issue. Like that's how
You can have them,
and you can have mental health and not like everybody's not walking around with mental health like, oh, I have a sign. Like people can walk around as sane and you think everything is good, but they are really tormented inside. That's why it's mental health. But if you can go around and pick up a gun or you can do anything and shoot someone, that is a mental health issue. That's a problem. There's something going on. I don't think that I'm
I
not saying that all like some of it's
every
not
time
just exclusive.
somebody shoots somebody, sometimes it may not just be a mental issue. Sometimes it just might be hatred.
Yeah, because the
Okay,
DC
that's
sniper didn't
reasonable.
have a mental health issue. He just had a problem with like his ex-wife and just started killing people.
I mean,
I would say that's a mental health issue.
That's
But
some
I
my
mean,
mental. That's
thing,
some
wo-
mental going
I'm
on.
saying that they
women drive that out of you though.
use that mental health. They could
shut
be,
up, nigga.
but they
Y'all
could,
didn't hear that.
What did he say? I want to know what he said. What did he say? Bring
Some
it back.
I said, yeah, women drive that out of you sometimes.
You better hush your mouth.
Trust me, I know, because every time I look over here to my right, I think about the DC sniper. And I'm just,
Get on my nerves.
But like even then, like yeah, but here's the deal. Most people in the world these days suffer through some kind of mental health issue, whether it's depression, anxiety. You know, that don't mean we out here shooting people. You can have bipolar, all that. Do we need to do more for mental health? Absolutely, we need to do more for mental
but
health.
at some point in time, if a person has a mental health issue, somebody somewhere has recognized that, oh, okay, it's not after the simple fact that they've had a mental health problem. It's after you then killed all these people, and they say, oh, well, he suffered from a mental health issue. If you knew that, why didn't you try to get him help earlier?
well, hold on. So the reason that they try to do that is to hopefully it reduces their jail sentence. That's why they try to automatically say mental health, because now instead of me going to prison, I would still kind of go to prison, but I go to a mental institution, and hopefully after 15, 20 years, I can get out. That's why
I
they
mean,
do it as well.
that's like all these 7 officers and these 3 hospital people killed this guy. You know, I mean, he had a mental issue, and they knew he had a mental issue, and yet he died. He died in prison. You got 7 people sitting on top of your chest, and all of a sudden, you know, that's which they knew he had a mental health issue. He had been hospitalized for it. Sometimes there's a record of somebody having mental health. But you just don't go in and shoot somebody, and then all of a sudden the parents, and it's not the neighbors that's saying it, it's the parents that say, oh, well, he had a mental health issue. Okay, if you knew he had a mental health issue, number
Why
one,
didn't you do something for it? Right.
yeah, why
Right.
didn't you get help? And why does he have access to guns? Why is it that he can go buy
So-
a gun? Or you got guns in the house around some. If I got somebody around here that's a little cuckoo, I'm getting rid of all firearms, or I'm locking it up where you can't get it.
There's a
Well, you might
separate,
want to do something because Dion in there.
What JR said?
I said I love you, cuz.
He said he loved you.
Well, I mean, but they also use they had a mental health issue to take the focus away from there are too many damn guns in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, it's a mental health
Even
issue.
if I'm defending myself, why do I need what is it, AR-15 or whatever it is? Why do I need a military?
those should be illegal. Just there's no reason for it. Like period, they should be illegal. There's no reason for
I
anybody
feel
to
like
be
this.
walking around
Like
with a
you, if
weapon
you
that
need,
fires 55 shots at a time or however many it is.
if you need military style weapons to protect your home, you need to move.
Well, that's what they do out there in like Texas and all that. That's that's the country, so they shoot that type of stuff out there.
But if you need that to protect your home, if that is your reasoning, then you need to move. You are not equipped.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because sometimes, look at the rapper Baby, how he done been set up to be robbed multiple times by people who ran up just trying to rob him, and he ended up killing them or shooting them, but they'll never lock him up because he's always home and it's self-defense. So, but sometimes you get multiple people, you get 4 or 5 guys, your little 9 sometimes can't stop 4 or 5 guys, so you need the extra, to put it down. I understand it.
Do you?
No.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No,
You can't.
I do.
absolutely not. There's no
You
reason
know
for
what that
that.
is?
A gun
That is
just-
jailhouse
there's no
mentality right
reason.
there.
What the fuck? You can't have guns in jail.
I know.
I'm
you can
sorry,
shoot a
if
little
you
bit more.
need, like,
You
not
can
most
shoot
people don't
a
have the
non-
money that rapper has. You know what I'm saying? If you need to protect yourself with military style weapons, you are not mentally and or and
That's a
emotionally.
mental health issue.
No, you are not equipped to handle that neighborhood. It's time to move.
There's no reason for that. No reason.
There's no reason for it. Now I'm not saying that we need to go and ban guns and do this and do that or all that. I'm not saying that. But we, because if you do have a right to bear arms. Now we could talk about the differences and the changes on how, or the what the Second Amendment actually means, because a well-armed militia doesn't mean one man with.
It does not mean exactly. You're right.
You know what I mean?
It does not mean you get to walk around with your gun in the store and all that. There's no reason for that.
Right, scare, because that is a fear tactic. You are doing that to scare people. You're not doing that because if that's the case, you should be talking to somebody about being scared all the time. If you are that scared,
that's a mental
you have to walk around with your gun just hanging out. You need to talk to somebody. You either need some prayer or talk to a man with a couch and some degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's all we got on that one. JR, did you do your homework?
No.
How you know, James?
How I know what?
If I did my homework or not.
Notice he said JR that you do your homework, not Jerry.
Oh, hell, I can't tell. I'm sitting here trying to get my back stop hurting. I thought he said me. Okay, carry on.
Did you do your homework?
Nope. I did, but I think y'all might have already talked about it.
Which one? What was it?
The kid who got shot?
Yeah, that happened here.
Oh, shit.
Really?
How does that make you feel, Jason?
Pissed?
Yeah. Actually, it was two of them. That was him. He went to the wrong house. And the chick who was just turning around in her car, and the guy came out shooting.
Yeah, that's what Jackie talked about.
Jackie talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I had no homework. I was gonna say the same things y'all said.
Why Jackie's camera look fake? What's going on?
I don't know. Jackie just fake, I guess.
So another thing that happened out here this week on Thursday. So this one might cause some controversy, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway.
Go ahead, explode.
The quietly on Thursday night, the Missouri legislature passed a law that is aimed at what they claim is aimed at protecting children, but what it actually does is
I think I heard that.
What it actually does is bans gender affirming care for children and adults that have any kind of mental instability, be it like depression, anxiety. If you have a documented mental health issues, you can't have gender affirming care. Part of the problem with that is a lot of times. Say what?
Well, hold on. Explain what it is that you're talking about first, because maybe I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
You know me on Shay over here, like, what the hell is gender affirming care?
So gender affirming care is if you are transgender, hormone blockers or estrogen or testosterone. That's called gender affirming care. It is affirming the gender that you feel that you are. What Missouri has done is if you have any depression, any anxiety, anything like that, you no longer can have gender affirming care. So you can't have access to the medications.
Well, hold on. So what age are we talking? Because if you're 6 years old, you shouldn't be taking that type of stuff anyway.
Any age.
This is me. If you under 18, certain stuff you shouldn't be allowed to get anyway.
Yeah.
Now, if you're an adult, you can do whatever you choose. But as a child, I feel like you shouldn't be able to just get hormone pills and all that type of stuff anyway.
I disagree with that, but we'll keep that moving.
No, well, go ahead. Let's talk about this. Because technically, you ain't under the vote. So what makes you think you can go out here and just do whatever you want to your body like that? I mean, that's
Well,
that's
Like I
real.
said,
okay,
they're confused. You still
so
don't even really know what's
So I'm
what's
Yeah,
gonna
what.
you can't even vote.
because I do consider him to be a friend, and is going through the process, and he says the same thing. He says that he thinks that there should be an age requirement because although he felt that he knew at a younger age, he also wanted to make sure that it was the right thing for him to do. So
Exactly, because you 14 and
right.
you not thinking logically, then you go ahead and now become a transgender and get your thing cut off or something, and then now you 21 and you realize like, oh shit, I made a mistake.
Right.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
so most people aren't necessarily. Let's throw some. Again, I'm not someone who is transgender, so I can't speak for the whole community, and I'm not going to do that. But I think we talked about this the last time that we were on about knowing when you knew you were different, and when I knew.
That's fine. Knowing
But
when you're
no,
different is
but
fine.
there's a
But
difference. So
but
here's
in order for you to be able to start getting things removed and taking certain pills, you should be 18. You can't buy cigarettes until you're 18. So what makes you think now you should be going out here and taking hormone blockers?
Ain't
Jay,
Ryan 21?
Yeah,
hold
it's
on.
21 now.
Let him finish what.
Oh,
Let him
That
finish.
is 20.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Jason.
oh yeah, because I see he got his little hand up. So that means he about to read me in a second. So I don't want him to read me. Don't read me, boo
Shut
boo.
up, JR.
what I'm saying is that even
Jason.
I understand. Like there is something to be said, and there's a conversation that can be had about when is it appropriate to start process if a child says I don't feel like I'm in, I feel like I'm a girl, or I feel like I'm a boy, I don't feel like I'm the gender that I was born. There is a conversation to be had when you start the medical process of that. That is something that I think it's different for each person, because I think that there would be some people who will know, who know, and that they know. Like, for example, just like being LG, just like being being gay or being lesbian, and having that support system behind you when you do express that is important. That doesn't necessarily mean that we need to go get hormone blockers, that we need to go do. Most people aren't going through, like, you already have to go through a lot of mental health screening before you can even get those pills.
Yeah.
Before, like, you don't just go to the pharmacy and say, can I
Can
get
I?
some hormone blockers?
Can I
That's
say
not how that
something?
works.
So,
Yeah.
can I say something? So I actually, in situation where this was something where, like, you have it's a, what's the group? I don't want to like call them out, but basically it's for like young kids who are like gay, queer, whatever, and wanting to just be themselves. And so this was like a place, and me, gay myself, this was a place where I felt like it was almost like a meat market, because we just had many like 16-year-olds coming in and wanting to change who they were and doing all that. And our doctors, because the people who were like the, I don't know, supposed to be their support system, as you were saying, Jason, were coming in and almost like demanding that our doctors like give them these things or they're going to get it on the street, which, okay, you don't want that to happen. But also it was just, it almost felt like, in a sense, I'm not saying this is for all cases, but it almost felt as if like the people were kind of pushing as if like, oh, okay, I want to be this, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm this and I want to be that. And instead of them doing and saying, let's go through counseling, let's make sure. Because there was a time when I was like, I should be a boy. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like I should be a boy. I even thought about the change and all that stuff. But then as I grew up, I was like, nah, I actually like being a girl. And I embraced my girlism. So I kind of get like the both sides of where it's like, you know what I
You
mean?
had to change your
Are you
name to
too
Steve.
young to think like that, or get both
Flame
sides?
is a
But
gender neutral name.
what did you say?
Please
What did he
don't.
say?
I said you had to change your name to Steve.
Don't listen to
No, I
him.
would have been Dwayne.
Really? Oh my
Dwayne.
God.
You might have been called Leroy.
You already know what your name was. No, but like, and
Yeah.
I get, and I think that there are some cases. Like, listen, let's be real. I think there are some cases where that is pushed. I think that that's also like a misguided attempt to, like sometimes we can, in being allies to. To these individuals, we may be overzealous and be like, this is what they said, this is what they need, this is what they need. But at the same time, again, this goes back to, and when I say support system, I mean like, your family,
Parents.
your peer groups, things like that. When you have that support, it really does make a difference in your life and how you, what your confidence level is, all of that stuff. And so, to me, I think it's different. Do I think a 5-year-old knows that they're, whether or not they're in the right body? No. But do I think a 14-year-old who is, thoughtful and, is like, look, I really don't feel comfortable in my body. I have body dysmorphia, and this is why. That is something that we need to listen to. You know what I mean? And then you start the process.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Okay,
totally
hold up.
invalid.
How many 14-year-olds understand what body dysmorphia is?
A lot. A whole lot.
This is 2023, so there's not a lot. There's more than, like, back in the day. No, we weren't as up, but in this day and age, yeah.
I think it's because that's all they talk about. So that's what, because hell, we didn't know at that age what the hell that was.
I didn't know what it was until just now. So
right,
but now
coming out.
But the thing
There's so
is
much
we
awareness
didn't
of
know
different
what that
things.
was because we didn't have a name for it.
Yeah. And we weren't, and definitely still weren't going to talk about it. And if we did,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I got 2 20-year-olds here that said at 14, everybody was insecure about their body. Didn't nobody know what they wanted.
right. Yeah, that I agree with. I agree with, but I don't think it's
I had body dysmorphia and still have body dysmorphia. I'm trapped
here.
in a 13-year-old body with no chest. So here,
I got body dysmorphia.
But hold on, so Jackie, okay, so you said, wait, I want you to say.
Jared, that's because you Hobbit height, so of course you got that.
Hold on, Jackie, I want you to say what you said again.
I'm sorry, go ahead, but I gotta go on mute because I have a child.
No, but I want you to say what you said again.
You didn't hear what I said?
I know. I want you to say what you said again.
I possibly felt like, and still do from time to time, go through body dysmorphia because I don't have a chest. I have not had a chest. And at this age, I ain't never gonna get one unless I go out and buy.
Well, listen here, little buddy.
Right.
And
Shut up, Jaya.
Hold on. And there is the difference. The difference is you can go buy a chest if it's important enough for you that you feel like you want one. Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead, because I'm ready to get into this match.
Shit.
With the Missouri government.
All right, y'all, I'm gone.
What the Missouri government is saying is that you do not have, is that because you have body dysmorphia, right? If you say, I have body dysmorphia, so I want to change my gender because I have body dysmorphia, that is a mental health issue. And so therefore you are not allowed to get that. You're not allowed to get you a chest because you have body dysmorphia. You are no longer allowed to get titties because you feel like you were supposed to have titties.
Okay, so then here's my next question. You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with that for so long that I now know that I don't no longer need it. But if I wanted to, I am of the age requirement to be able to do it. Yes?
Right, but Jackie,
Oh, okay.
that's not what he's saying. No,
I
Jackie,
can't hear what he's
what
saying because I
he's
have a
saying
baby
is,
that's hollering.
oh, okay. Well, what he's saying is that basically you, no matter like not the age or whatever, but you feeling like you have body dysmorphia, like you wanting to have, get titties. They're saying you wanting to change, how your body is. That's a mental health issue. And because that's a mental health issue, you can't get it. Like that's what he's saying. They literally just passed, right? Jason, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not about like back to that age and all that stuff. He's literally saying like they're passing stuff that if you have if you think that your body is not what it should be, they're saying it's a mental disorder and telling you no. Like you don't get to do any of that. Like you are what you are, and that is it. Right?
Right.
Am I correct?
I get that and I understand it. But you're saying at that point it's a mental thing, so they're not going to do it at all.
Right.
So why not, if it's a
That's
mental
what they're
thing, how about they go and have a conversation and so that it is known? So from my understanding, and I think this is how this goes on this side. Over here, with I don't want to say what I am or what, the organization.
Right.
So over here, from my
That's your job.
you have to go through an eval, a
Yep.
full physical eval, to make sure that is something that you want to do for yourself, not for anybody else, but how you are yourself, right? In that, they go and they gotta go through the entire medical portion, all of it, and it's not a short. It's really not no like, oh, here it is a month later. This is what we're gonna go ahead and go through.
It takes years.
It's long.
Right.
Years.
It takes a long
years. It's a long time to
go through that process.
Right.
Right. So they're saying where you are that you can't
Which
do
it
it
should
at
be.
all.
That's how
What they're saying is that you can go through that whole process, right? But by virtue of you being trans,
Hurry, you gotta talk a little faster. My phone about to die.
Okay, so by virtue of you being trans, it means that you are not eligible for that care. If you are saying this is how I feel, that is a mental instability, and you are therefore no longer eligible to receive the care that you need to handle that. It doesn't matter. Like when we talk about, people have this misconception that you just go to the doctor and say, I'm a boy, I want to be a girl, and they just get to slicing and dicing and handing you pills. That's not how that goes. It is a years-long process. So even if you start, someone says to you at 14, because we said 14 was the number, there was a number. If at 14 you say, this is how I feel about this, you go through an entire mental evaluation. You have to sit with therapists and psychologists. You have to talk with specialists, and it takes years. You may not get your hormones and that surgery until
you're like 20.
18 or 20.
Or 20. And if at 18 and 20, after all those years, you're still feeling the same, then by golly,
do what you got to do.
Who told y'all that it take years to get that stuff done? Where'd y'all get that from?
The medical.
I have friends that are trans.
Like I know.
They're going through that process right now.
Not
I'm just wondering because I know if you go, a lot of people, of course, with anything, if you decide you want to do something stupid, not saying that's stupid, but instead of doing the mental health and all that, a lot of people go over a different country and get anything they want done.
Right, but that's different.
Yeah, that's a different route. That's people who are. Why I was saying, like, some people come and they're just like, we want it to be done the healthy way and do it now. And our doctors was like, no, like you have to go through this process. But there is the people who are on the street who are try to get whatever they need to get done, but that is not the same as the right way or whatever. That's just you trying to
right. And there is something to be said, for puberty blockers and things like that, because it does make the process of transitioning easier. There is science. There's science for all of that. But 90% of the people who are looking for this kind of care are not taking puberty blockers. They're not doing that. Because they're in the middle of they're going through this entire process that takes years.
So is it safe to say that people who decide to go through that transformation shouldn't be allowed to have guns, right?
What?
Shut up. Jerry, come and get your brother.
Because you did say that's a mental health, so hey, we got to keep the street safe. I don't want to see a bunch of guys in drag with AK-47s walking down the street at RuPaul's Drag Race.
Speaking of RuPaul's Drag Race, congratulations to Sasha Colby for doing the damn thing.
What?
I don't know who
Did
that
you
is.
watch?
Congratulations.
To Sasha
Hold on,
Colby.
I ain't congratulating nobody. What was it now?
I said congratulations to Sasha Colby for doing the damn thing. Did you watch RuPaul's Drag Race?
Hell no.
No,
No.
none of us do.
I'm gonna need y'all to get into RuPaul's Drag Race because it was.
I'm gonna need you to get into everything else. Shit.
We're gonna need to get you into a couple of more masculine shows, maybe.
You know what? There's a show on Peacock. Go watch Poker Face and let's talk about that shit next time.
Oh, Perry Mason. You seen the new series of Perry Mason?
All I was saying.
No, I ain't even know that. Huh?
All I was saying was congratulations to Sasha Colby.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying because every time we talk about shows and stuff, nobody knows the shows you talk about, and we just be like, Jason, I'm not watching that. Well, it's on
You do
BET.
shit every
Nigga, I ain't
time,
got cable. Shit. I got Peacock. I got Hulu. I got Netflix.
Everything else.
Amazon. And I ain't paying for nothing else.
You ain't paying for none of them?
What? I think
I
RuPaul's
know.
doing a TLC, don't it? The Learning Channel?
See, I don't have that. Guess what I got? I got the Samsung TV channel. I'm cool with that.
All I'm saying
I got all my cooking shows. You know what?
No,
Nah, you know what I'm gonna do? I got your ass, Jason. Every time you want to talk about one of them shows, well, let's talk about Bobby Flay. Did y'all see beat Bobby Flay? How does that make you feel?
Bobby Flay, thank you very much.
Shut up, Jason.
Like that might be.
Don't you go? What show was that?
Don't play with me. I did see
Okay.
Bobby Flay.
Okay, wait a minute. I got one. I know you ain't watched. Okay, did you watch Project Smoke? Project Grill?
I didn't watch it, but I know what it is, and I will watch it.
He full of shit.
Flipping your hair. Okay.
And he remind me of that dude off of 90 Day Fiance on there, the two gay guys. One of them from like Colombia, he be flipping his head back all the time.
He gonna flip it and pop his neck out of place.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, so they actually on 90 Day Fiance now, they actually got a gay couple on there, two guys, and then they got a girl that was transgender. She used to be a girl, now she a guy on there.
Speaking of Jason, I wanted to ask you and Selene this.
Here we go.
Jackie already knows how I feel about it. So, are they really having transgender? What's the one where the man turned into a woman? I get all this shit mixed up.
That's trans.
One of them.
No,
Okay.
trans women.
Did they really make a name for us, regular real women? And are they really making commercials with them in pads and tampon commercials?
What?
All right, here we go. Let's do this.
I mean, for real, this is a question.
Here we go. Let's do this.
I need answers.
He's taking his hair out for this?
What?
What?
What
And how do you feel
got?
about that? That they trying to take over women? Real? I'm not a cis nothing. I made babies. I'm a woman, 100%.
That is a cis,
You know
I
what?
think. Cis woman.
I ain't cis shit. I'm a fucking woman, 100%.
Wait. Can I say something?
Yep.
Now, I don't really know much about what you're talking about as far as this transgender and they're like putting them in commercials and wearing I don't know. Now, I don't know the whole science, but if they're not bleeding, why are they in tampon commercials? What is this? What is this
Yeah.
story that I'm hearing?
Okay, so let's
It's called acting. Is it acting? It's acting.
Let's fix. So we got a lot to unpack in that statement, and so we gonna unpack it.
Well, ain't nothing to unpack because if you ain't bleeding, that's like having a 70-year-old woman on a tampon commercial. She's no longer bleeding. There's no point in having her.
That's like having what's Bruce Jenner's name? What's Bruce Jenner's name?
Caitlyn.
Oh,
like
and he got the
Caitlyn
Woman of the Year
Jenner
award.
Be the Woman of the Year. Like what?
Yeah. I am
Exactly.
over it.
That was horrible.
Let's unpack. Let's because there's a lot. There's a lot to this that we gotta.
I've been waiting for this. Bring it.
So number one, I don't know nothing about trans women being in tampon commercials, but I do know that men do have periods. They're called trans men.
Nigga, shut the no.
No, they don't.
What?
You can't say.
Shut the
First of all, you have to have ovaries in order to have a period.
He's talking about women that turn into men, right? That's what you're saying.
That's
Men have
different.
periods.
So again, technically, they're still women because they got to go see a
I
gynecologist.
said the transgender women,
Let's start this.
not the men.
So let's start this at the beginning. I want to start this at the beginning, and we're going to go through the whole thing. There is a difference between sex and gender. Can we agree on that?
What?
There's a difference between sex and gender. Your sex is the outward appearance of your parts. That is what your body is.
Okay.
There are two sexes. You can be male or you can be female. Your gender is what's happening in the brain. It is how the brain reacts to things. And that can have more than two sexes. You can be male, you can be female, you can be non-binary, you can be non-binary female presenting, non-binary male presenting, you can be a
Wait a minute. I know you said that, but I looked it up because it's a classes of male, of masculine or feminine, the male sex or the female sex, especially when considered with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones.
That's gender.
You said gender was mine.
Sometimes my parts.
Well, okay, then my gender says I'm a rich man. I need all of the things.
Your gender is that you are. If you say that your gender is that you are a rich man, then you can be a rich man with no money and dark skin. You do what the fuck you feel like you need to do.
I need my money. Run me my funds.
You don't have it. I don't know what to tell you. That being said, the term cis means that your gender and your sex are the same.
Wait, Jason, is this a new term? Cis? Like, I'm for real, because I've never heard. No, is this a new term? I ain't never heard nobody call me a cis.
When are they gonna stop making shit up? Because I feel like at this point,
Thank you.
it's just too much going on to keep up with everything.
I want to understand, how can your gender and sex be the same when you, in the beginning, you said there's a difference between your sex and your gender. So you're saying that if I feel like, hold on. If I'm feeling that my gender in my brain is a female and my parts are female parts, then that makes me a cis?
That makes you cisgender.
Cisgender. Okay.
But so they just want anybody to join the LGBTQ community.
Hold on. If my brain was telling me that I'm a guy, but my part is a female, what does that make me?
That makes you trans. That makes you a trans man.
Oh. This shit is confusing.
I'm so confused now. Oh my God. Like, my whole brain hurts.
I don't want nobody to think that I'm being funny. So if I think it, I can be it. Is that what it is?
What you say, Jackie?
If I think
that's
it,
gender. That's gender. If you think it, you can be it. Right?
That's a gross misunderstanding of the concept.
Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense.
I'm trying to make it make sense, but y'all not listening.
I'm trying, but you're not. It's not making sense. Still, I promise you, Jason. I am trying.
It is very clear. Okay, so let me break it down like this, right? So, you, Jerry, if you were, you and JR are twins, right? We're gonna put it to you like this: y'all are fraternal twins because y'all are. One of you is, a boy.
No, we're fraternal twins because we were different.
We don't look alike. We're not identical. Yes.
We're just different
You can be
eggs.
fraternal and be two boys.
Yes, we're fraternal because it was two separate sacks. We weren't in the same. There you go.
Yes, all of that is so. Imagine, if you will, that you were identical twins, right? J, and I'm gonna use. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna use Jerry. I'm gonna use you as an example since you said it. Thank you, honey.
Oh, that ain't that cute. Thank you, honey.
What?
Tell Paul we said hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hey. Hi, Paul.
And tell Paul we like him more than Jason.
Jason, where's your fan?
Where is my fan?
Damn it! That was a good time to pull that fan out.
That's all right. I got
Is this nigga in the house in pajamas?
Hey man, you weren't supposed to see the bottom half.
Did that say shut up?
Jason, you gotta pop.
It's
There
like
it is. You gotta
trash.
pop that sucker out.
Trash.
Oh.
There you go, James.
He one that say
Yeah.
shut up, JR.
Yes, you
Yeah,
need to
they
make
don't
that.
exist. That fan don't exist.
Yet.
Yes. So, but say
What?
you and you guys are identical twins, and all of your life you have felt like you were a girl.
Which one?
You-
Both of them?
Are you talking about JR or me?
Talk about Jerry.
Oh, I know. Yeah, all my life I have. It's not. I don't
He's
have
talking
to.
about, you're not listening. He's saying if you was identical, if you was born a boy, he's saying that's what he's saying.
Okay.
For all your life you have felt like you were a boy.
What?
Or felt like you were a girl. Sorry.
You can't ask that question because that's not how she felt.
No, he is. This is the hypothetical. Shut the fuck up.
I know.
I'm listening.
Whoa.
Then you would be a trans woman because your outside parts do not match.
Wait. I thought trans women, they already had the surgery or.
No, you do not have to have the surgery to be considered.
You don't. It's just whatever you kind of like what you want to be.
Feel like you should be.
I mean,
That's
technically,
gay, right?
No,
technically,
because
I can be considered trans because I dress like a boy, right?
No,
damn right you
do you
do.
feel like
Is
you
that
are a
right,
woman?
Jason?
Do you feel like you're a woman?
Okay,
Like,
so Jason.
Women.
Okay, Jason. So,
On the first of the month,
what are
you do.
you, Jason?
Jason's just gay.
I'm a cis male. Technically, I'm non-binary, but I'm a cis male.
Oh my fucking God.
First, but let's.
If we want to be,
What's a
if
non-binary?
you want to be real and get into the conversation, if you
Okay.
want to be real and get into the conversation,
Yes,
I do
please.
consider myself non-binary, and part of that is because there are times when I do feel
Call my name. You call me. You don't want to
feel
call.
in my maleness and my that masculine energy, and then there are times where I feel that feminine energy. So I consider myself non-binary, but
I have both.
present
I
that
have
male.
both, masculine and feminine. Mm-hmm. I'm with you, Jason.
So if you have both
I
masculine and
feel that.
feminine, if you feel both masculine and feminine, then you would be, but not then your gender expression would be non-binary.
So I'm not binary.
I'm non-binary.
I don't consider myself that, but sometimes I do feel like slapping a hoe like a dude. But I'm not.
No, you're just violent. That's just violent.
Yeah, I'm just violent.
I think, hold on. Let's be fair. I think in all humanness, there is a masculine and feminine in all of us, whether you're male or female. It's just people being in tune with that. But
Speak for
I'll take
yourself.
non-binary.
JR, you ain't never felt feminine. You ain't never wanted to feel pretty.
When you be going around doing these little numbers,
But
There
that's
you go.
masculine. I can write
Now
my
do
number
it.
in.
Where's Mona?
Anyway, all of that being said, so Jerry, if you felt like you and JR were both born as biological males, identical twins, you felt like you were female, you would then be a trans woman, regardless of whether or not you had any surgeries.
Because it's how you feel.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to have surgery to consider yourself trans. It's just how you. Okay.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
It is a your expression of your gender.
Yeah, how you really want to represent yourself, basic kind of thing.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
What is your?
I am so fucking confused. But okay, I'm just.
We're gonna have to put a bug in that and talk about that off the line.
Yeah.
And then I can cuss Jason out when I
You
work.
you showing your age, JR, off the line. Yeah, you showing your age.
Bitch, you the same age as me.
Prove it.
Take this offline now, because we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes.
Thank you. I have a clock on mine too. Thank you.
Are we all?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
No, it's still live.
Jason, what you eating?
Spaghetti.
No, it's it's leftovers. We had stuffed pork chops.
Jason, that's not telling me what it is.
Stuffed peppers, girl.
Okay. You cooked it?
No.
Hell no.
Yep. Even
That's
Kai
not
said
the
no.
feminine side of him.
What you say, JR? Cock yourself to the side.
I said that ain't the feminine side of him.
That's why I don't tell y'all nothing.
We still love you, Jason. It looked good.
But
So I got that on there.
and the thing is what I love about this, and we're gonna go ahead and end on this note, but I love that we can have these conversations and not necessarily, we don't have to agree, and but still have them in a way that is respectful.
Of course.
Jerry, I know that you said you're still confused, but I hope you didn't feel like you were attacked or anything like that.
Oh no, I felt attacked.
Boy, shut up. No, I feel attacked. I just be confused because it'd be like every time I turn around, it's another letter. And I'm attacked because I got all these motherfuckers in my ear and I can't fucking hear.
That's why you don't know that's why you don't understand what's going on, because you got the fucking peanut gallery behind you doing all that.
Now you hear him.
It's confusing.
You tell Sadler and Wardorf back there to shut up. This ain't the Muppet Show.
What?
Somebody.
Don't make me come through this phone.
Oh yeah, Jason reading people tonight.
Who did he say?
You see how Jerry?
I didn't hear shit you said.
Who?
Was it because all of them was back there hollering?
Stand up.
I don't.
Well, on that note.
On that note, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any comments, don't forget to hit those comments those comments. We didn't get any talkback comments this time. We're back on Twitch. So we'll be back in 2 weeks because we are moving to an every 2 week schedule. Make life a little bit easier for everybody.
Is this on Tuesday?
Man, y'all niggas ain't had shit to do with y'all life.
I be having shit to do with my life.
God damn,
What
JR.
day? What day?
Tuesday. Every other Tuesday.
They coming up, but the Tuesday after that.
Yeah, hopefully Jackie can make it this time on time.
Sunday.
At least she made it. You gotta give her props for that.
Sunday, sis.
Oh shit! What's the day?
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Fucking Selene.
I've been off work.
Hey,
so
Selene,
I'm
you
all
remedial.
confused.
Selene remedial.
Not you said she remedial. Oh wait, Jackie.
Yes.
So the other day, someone said something that made me think of something from Florida, and I got to do it for you to see if you do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Razzle dazzle, boom shaka like a boom shaka like a boom.
What the hell was that? You keep playing, you gonna throw your back out. You know we old. Stop it.
You ain't lying. That's why Jason did it.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you said Florida, I had already thought about that.
It was somebody. They was like, you guys. They're like, you came in here with some razzle dazzle, and I was like, razzle dazzle, boom shaka like a boom shaka like a.
Oh, y'all some Bamas.
You.
Mama.
Oh, before we get off, so like, how old were you in what was it?
Oh no, I got it. I got it. Hold
Shut
on.
up.
What was you doing in the
Shit.
summer of '94?
Where was you?
What?
Yeah. How old were you in '94?
She was 17, going through her senior year.
December.
You didn't. So we don't have to worry about seeing you on Freaknik.
No, not Selene.
No,
That was
damn,
never
Jason.
had a Freaknik.
I don't know. She got that big old butt.
No.
I know. She would have made bank out there.
Listen, now your sister.
There's a whole lot of other things
No,
that I
I already
could bring you
asked.
on, but Freaknik is
I already
not-
asked.
They said no.
They both said no.
Yeah, I don't think nobody in our family actually went to Freaknik. That
We
wasn't the
don't
thing
know
we was
that.
in.
Mm-mm.
I do. I mean,
All
I
right,
talk to everybody.
I
Jason,
don't
you
know
been to
about Michelle,
Freaknik?
but I feel like Mona was a Freaknik.
Why
Mona
you-
was
you
no.
call- why you
Mona
calling Mona a hoe?
was. Tez was 2.
Mona, I think that was when Mona was definitely about to start her bougie phase.
And I think she was already there. I don't think
That
she
happened
started.
in the summer of '71. I'm just.
And I
When she was born.
listen, I feel like Michelle I feel like Michelle was at Freaknik, but she had a
No, Michelle said
Hold on.
she got. That was the year she didn't have the money. So no, she didn't go.
Jerry, Michelle was at Freaknik with a trench coat, a hat, and glasses on because you weren't gonna catch her, but she was there.
You stupid.
No.
Michelle was hiding out.
No,
at Freaknik.
nobody's here. Nobody was at Freaknik.
All right. Well, we will be back in 2 weeks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Fam, we're gonna get on the group chat.
Well, I gotta
right.
take a shit. So
And who's calling? Because whoever called, they need to make sure they call the right one.
That's why I'm
JR.
the
If
person.
I
No.
always say he called the right
I'll-
one, it's fucking
I'll
up
Call
every
it
time.
because I made a new one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.